If you've been denied long-term disability benefits in Newfoundland or Labrador, this video is for you. Let's talk about what happens when you're denied long-term disability benefits and what you can do about it. First, if you get a denial letter from the insurance company, you need to take action. You need to know that there are time limits after a denial letter to take action. It's going to be typically to appeal or bring a lawsuit for the unfair denial. You need to appreciate that every denial made by the insurance company happens on their end because of a set of decisions, but you don't have to accept it. You don't have to agree. At Nova Injury Law, we represent long-term disability claimants in Newfoundland and Labrador who have been unjustifiably denied long-term disability benefits by an insurance company. They submitted their application, they submitted medical documents to support their disability, they know they can't work, they know they're entitled to benefits, and they expect the financial protection, but they don't get it. And the problem is, they get a denial letter in the mail, and then they wonder what to do. Well, let me tell you, you need to make a decision. You need to consider whether you're going to appeal or start a lawsuit. Let's talk about these two options. Depending on your policy or your plan, you may have the option to make an appeal. There may be multiple levels of appeal. Now, doing this doesn't mean you're going to have them reverse their decision and grant your benefits. In fact, in most cases, your appeal won't be successful. They've already assessed your medical information. And so all of a sudden, the case manager who assessed your claim gives it to a colleague who might be down the hall. They reassess the medical information, and guess what? The decision may well be the same. Maybe you provide additional medical information, new records, or a record from someone else that you didn't supply on your original application, but their opinion doesn't change. And this is often because at the insurance company, they have medical consultants who are on the insurer's dime, who will review the file and often rule or side with the insurance company. The insurance company is in the business of assessing claims and ultimately making money. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, the insurance company makes unfair and wrong decisions about rightfully entitled people every day. There are workers in Newfoundland and Labrador who are denied long-term disability benefits even though they're entitled. They deserve the benefits. They should get the benefits, but yet they still get denied. They will go through an appeal process and still get denied. So what do you do? In many cases, you'll have to bring a lawsuit. Now, this can sound scary and intimidating, but this is what a lawyer does. You can bring a legal claim in the court, which puts the insurance company on notice that you think their decision was wrong. They'll have to hire a lawyer and defend the claim. There will be a process of document disclosure and a discovery hearing in some cases, or maybe the insurance company realizes once the lawsuit has been brought that they made the wrong decision. They look at the claim again with fresh eyes. Their lawyer looks at the claim and says, hang on, this denial was unfair. This person is actually entitled to long-term disability benefits. So you need to appreciate that when you're denied, you have to take action. You have to look at your plan or policy text and appreciate what your options are. Maybe it makes sense to appeal, but maybe your only option is to bring a lawsuit. If you have questions about what you're entitled to, what you're allowed to do, you need to get an opinion from an experienced long-term disability lawyer today. You need to know and make a strategic choice here. It could be to appeal. It could be to bring a lawsuit. Most of my clients need to know what to do right away because they're not getting the money from the long-term disability benefits they expected to get. Every month of delay and denial means that they're losing money. They can't pay for their mortgage, can't pay to feed their family, can't do what they expected to do with their lives even though they're disabled. They can't work. There's no other source of money for almost all of my clients. So moving quickly is critical to success on these claims. So now you know what your options are. They're appeal or lawsuit in many cases. Just because you bring a legal claim doesn't mean that you're going to court. Within litigation, there are lots of options. Most of these claims end up settling. Often, the insurance company will propose a settlement offer to my client, which will allow them to a buyout. This means they will get a sum of money to rip up the policy, to not deal with each other again. This happens once we provided evidence to the insurance company to explain and to justify why the client is actually totally disabled, why they can't work, why they're not going back to work, why they can't do any other job, and why they're not expected to go back to work anytime soon. And if your lawyer puts together evidence that's compelling and persuasive on these points, often the insurance company will say, okay, let's end litigation and let's move on. Your client receives a sum of money and let's not deal with each other again. This is an effective option for many people. Of course, the insurance company can also reinstate your benefits, meaning they realize that they made the wrong decision. They pay you what they should have paid you up into present date. Then they put you back on claim. You're going to get your check every month as expected, and they're going to try to typically rehab you and hope that you go back to work. There are options short of running a trial, even if you litigate a claim. At Nova Injury Law, we represent long-term disability victims all across Newfoundland and Labrador. These are people who have genuinely tried to work, who want to work. They don't want to be disabled, but they have a long-term disability benefits plan that's supposed to be there for them if they can't work. It's the financial safety net that you pay for but don't expect to rely on. These clients of mine need long-term disability benefits because it's their last option. They know they need to take action because they need the money because they can't work. If you're sitting there with questions about what to do next, maybe you got that denial letter from the insurance company today. Contact me for questions. My name's Jeff Mitchell. I represent long-term disability victims all across Newfoundland and Labrador. These are people who've been denied and need help. Let me answer your questions. Let me provide you with helpful information so you know what your rights are, you know what you can do under your policy, and so you know that what action you take next makes sense, it's logical, it's strategic, and it will get you on the path to winning the benefits that you're actually entitled to. I wish you the very best. I know you may be going through a really tough financial time right now. If you're watching this video, know that I'm here to help you, and I'll do whatever I can to get you back on track so that you can help yourself and your family. Take care.